Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. First of all, I want to start this video. Shout out to people who sent donations yesterday, man. Shout out to Kevin Schroeder. He sent a $250 donation yesterday to the Cash App. Kevin Schroeder. Salute to you with a $250 donation to the Cash App yesterday. Also, Jennifer Menzies. You always be showing love. You was in the PayPal. You came through with a $100 donation yesterday in the PayPal. Much love to you, sister. You always be showing love and support to my channel. Also, shout out to Tanya Hardy with the $25 donation to the Cash App. And to the other people I forgot, I apologize. Some of y'all hit me up, so let me shout y'all out too. Sheon Turner, Sheon Turner. Salute to you with a donation to Cash App. Kimberly Cunningham, salute to you. Sharima, you said it says 50 Sis Fabulous. I think that's your screen name. I appreciate you. Dwayne Kroom, salute to you. Incognito Money Management, salute to y'all with the donations. Cash App. And I appreciate everybody who continue to support the channel and show love, man. I appreciate y'all. Jennifer, you always be like showing love. You be hitting me up at on a crazy time sending donations. Like it went off like late last night. I was like, what? But I appreciate it. Much love. Anyways, let's get right into this, man. So everybody pretty much know what was going on with Diddy. In this situation, as far as Diddy filing yesterday, asking for time served. He wants to get out of this prison. Diddy's been complaining about some things. He's complaining about the food. He's complaining about the, just the conditions in the Brooklyn MDC jail. And now there's a different thing that's come up. Now, Diddy is upset because, as I showed y'all yesterday, the basically Diddy's lawyers, they did their own report. They did their own write-up. And in their write-up, they revealed a lot of things. And in their write-up yesterday, they revealed where they perceived that the government was doing Diddy dirty and, had it out for Diddy. And I've seen people doing videos saying this and, basically saying that, oh, man, they trying to come down on a black man, do this, do that. They try to put extra charges on. No, they're not. Diddy literally was charged with RICO. He was charged with sex trafficking. He was charged with the Mann Act. Diddy's lawyers in open court. Diddy's lawyers, not the government, not the feds, not the judge. Diddy's lawyers in open court admitted to using violence. Let me repeat myself again. I think I have to repeat myself again because I think some people is just, and I'm gonna get to what I'm saying just a second. I think some people really have something wrong with how they think, how they function and think. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer in open court, and it's on the transcripts, open court, admitted to violence. They said Diddy is a very violent person. They said this. But all these people are wondering why, when the probation office sent their pre-sentencing report, that they've asked for 5 times the average Mann Act time for Sean Diddy Combs. Not because of Cassie, Jane, or the other chick, but because of the 8 other sex workers, I should say, or male prostitutes that they call as victims. And I'm going to tell y'all what's going to hurt Diddy. But let me get to this first. Diddy, not only did he say, did they reveal that the probation office gave a report that said that they wanted a sentence 5 times longer than the average for the Mann Act, which means to tell me when the report comes out on Friday from the feds are going to ask, bro, if the probation office asks for 80 up to 87 months, the feds are going to ask for, they're going to probably ask for the max, 20 years. People keep saying, oh, he can get 25. No, he's only 20 years. And the judge can only go up to 10 years on each charge. It's 2 charges. So you can only get 20 years. But they also reveal something else. Shout out to my girl, Kadisha Lynn, because she found this too. They also revealed that an inmate approached Diddy. This is Diddy lawyers who wrote this. This ain't Ticket. This ain't the government. This ain't this is Diddy's lawyers who wrote this in that writing the other day. An inmate approached Mr. Combs with a shiv, which is a shank or a knife or a created knife that you use to poke people. Remember what happened, unfortunately, to Tory Lanez in prison, right? Basically, an inmate, they say, approached Diddy with a shiv and said, bleep, 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 right? Probably threatening to, and that's my question, did the guy with the shiv threaten to take Diddy's life? Because I suppose that's what it is. Because if you're going to approach somebody with a shiv and you locked up, it's only going to go one way. You or me. It says when Mr. Combs was sitting, so it says an inmate approached Mr. Combs with a shiv and said, bleep, when Mr. Combs was sitting on a chair that the inmate wanted to sit on, right? Now it says Mr. Combs would have ordinarily reacted in that terrifying situation. But instead, he remained calm and the fight was diffused. So he was in a fight? Because it says the fight was diffused. But then they said that Diddy had no issues in jail. We're going to find out, did he really have issues in jail that may have hurt him? Because his team said the fight was diffused. Well, how could it be a fight if Diddy remained calm and didn't do anything? It says he has also been able to understand drug use and abide only by the medical protocol designed by the medical staff at the jail, basically. See, I'm going to tell you something. It says and it shows the BOP records, right? So something happened with Diddy where somebody pulled a shiv on this guy. Now, his version is, or his lawyer's version is, that he was sitting on the bench. Dude came up to him. He wanted that seat. And that they said normally Diddy would react differently in this situation. But he was just calm and sat right there and didn't do nothing. Now, back to what I was saying about this. Everybody was wondering why the probation office asked for 5 times more. And people were saying, "Oh, this is unfair. This is completely out of the world. This is unfair. This is." Bro, I'm gonna say it again. Diddy's lawyers in open court admitted to the violence. See, this is what you can't get around with stupidity on YouTube and online with these guys. And guys will make videos talking about, "Oh, what Diddy mama said." What about the victim's mama? What about the girls you seen getting beat on? What about that girl's mama? We seen Cassie's mama in court. Wait till we see Cassie's mama's letter. Right? About how she's going to say, and we already heard in court that this nigga forced them to pay 20 G's to keep the sex tape from coming out. right? Oh, all this, right? Diddy's gonna do a long time, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I studied Judge Armed Submarinian. Judge Armed Submarinian has 4 people that he has sentenced so far. Out of those 4 people he sentenced, he's basically went across along the guidelines of the probation office. But of those 4 people he sentenced, one of them took a plea, so they kind of admitted to their guilt. Another one showed remorse, right? As far as his background, and then, he basically came out and just showed full remorse. Diddy's not showing remorse for the situation. Diddy, tomorrow, is trying to get this whole thing thrown out. He's saying that, hey, this is porno. This way. So he's not even taking responsibility, right? Then, here's another thing. I looked at Judge Submarinian. He goes along the lines of the probation office for the most part. He will lower the sentence if a guy cooperates. He had one guy that has snitched and cooperated, so he gave him a little lesser sentence. Another guy took a plea deal and showed remorse. He gave him a little lesser sentence than what the probation asked for, and the probation was asking for a lot of time, right? In Diddy's case, Diddy's trying to fight it. He's not saying, look, I accept my responsibility for, what they convicted me of in court, this, that, the third. He's saying, nah, none of these people weren't victims. They was this, they was that, they was, was doing pornos and stuff like that, and he's trying to get the case thrown out. Which is why tomorrow, I believe, that his motion to have the case thrown out and have a new case going to get rejected. And I believe this. I believe that the judge, because Diddy hadn't shown any type of remorse. And I've seen somebody say that the judge has to go by the sentencing guidelines. No, he doesn't. The judge can do whatever the hell he want to do between 0 and 20 years. 10 years on each charge. Judge should not have to go by the sentencing guidelines. You guys don't understand the law. The sentencing guidelines are used as a barrier. But see, Diddy's lawyers, they put out what they feel like the sentencing guidelines should be. The prosecution, and you guys got to understand, the judge normally is going to lean more towards the prosecution on charges that they have been found, they have won in court. So the prosecution is going to give what they feel their sentencing guideline is with the aggravated charges, right? And then the probation office, they gave theirs. Normally, the prosecution asks for more time than the probation office. The probation office is asked for 70 to 87 months. I did some research yesterday. And also I did some research on Donald Trump and his situation as far as people still talking about a potential pardon. The reason why the pardon isn't going to happen is because it's a political nightmare for Donald Trump. He can't deal with that. He's got too many women, too many people that hate Sean Diddy Combs on his side. MAGA, they despise Diddy. And so Trump is not going to be able to win that one. He's going to lose a lot of support. And then he's got the Epstein stuff leaking and stuff. And then to let Diddy go, or he's not going to touch that. Even though people think he is, he ain't going to touch that. He ain't going to touch it. Then you have this situation, right, with the sentencing. I think Diddy's getting between 10 to 15 years. I think that the judge is going to go in between what the probation office requested and what the prosecution requested. The prosecution is going to probably request a max or close to it, which is 20 years. I believe the judge is probably going to go, if I have a best guess, I think the judge is going to go 15 years with 3 years suspended supervisor release. Diddy's already did a year. I think Diddy do around 12 years and then have 3 years on supervised release. That's what I think's going to happen. He's not going to get over 20 years. He can't get over 20 years. The max is 20 years. Anybody tells you otherwise, they're a liar. Diddy will be sentenced in less than 10 days. He'll be sentenced in less than 10 days on October the 3rd. Somebody asks, did he get in bond? No, he's been rejected bond. And that's how I know the judge is going to go hard on Diddy, because he's rejected Diddy's bond almost 4 times. It told Diddy no amount of money, and Diddy's not getting under 10. When you reject a $50 million bond 4 times and tell Diddy that no amount of money is going to free you, and peep what the judge said, which is why I know the judge is going to go hard on Diddy, because he keeps trying to fight this all the way, and the judge kept rejecting it. And the judge put in that last motion, he said this. He said, no amount of money will allow you to be released on bail. No amount. The judge said in his writing, I have seen evidence of force, fraud, and coercion in this case. People keep thinking because Diddy was found innocent of the RICO and sex trafficking, that means that he wasn't found guilty of the force, fraud, and coercion. Diddy was accused of force, fraud, and coercion on all 3 counts. So the RICO was out. So that's organized crime or organized criminal organization. They said, nah, we're not going to say Diddy did that. Cool. The sex trafficking is out. They're going to say, nah, we don't think these women were sex trafficked. That's out. The Mann Act is in. But the Mann Act with force, fraud, and coercion are major aggravating factors. That's why the probation office recommended Diddy's sentence be 5 times more than the average sentence of the Mann Act. The average sentence in Diddy's case for a Mann Act, for one charge, for a person with no criminal record, is 2 to 5 years. That's the average. I repeat myself again, because I know people sometimes have a hard time hearing. The average, and I'm not just making this up and pulling this shit out my ass, because I don't come on YouTube and lie and just say dumb shit. I come on here and I bring y'all actual evidence, right? See it right there. They range from 2 to 5 years for standalone, non-violent violations to 10 plus years when combined with aggravating factors, right? Like bleep, which Diddy didn't have in that case, or organized rings, which Diddy didn't have, right? But it gives you an instance for Diddy. It says, for instance, in Sean Diddy Combs' 2025 conviction on 2 counts of the Mann Act, the guidelines suggest 5 to 7 years, right? Though below guidelines pleas could reduce it further. Diddy didn't take a plea. Diddy's trying to fight it. He's trying to say, hey, man, I didn't do any of this. Remember, people are forgetting. They didn't read paperwork. They just come on YouTube talking shit. When Donald Trump's guy, Jay Clayton, The new guy that's running the Southern District of New York came out and dropped that paperwork. Diddy's lawyers were irate. The reason why they were irate is because he just didn't talk about the women who they claim Diddy used in this Mann Act as victims. They put 8 other men, the sex workers, the men who were the escorts, they put them as victims as well. And here's something that's going to destroy Diddy. If he was to ever get a retrial, which he probably won't at all, the judge will reject that too. Everybody's lined up outside of the courthouse. The judge will reject that too. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Here's what would hurt Diddy in a retrial. There was an interview that one of the sex workers did, because the sex workers went on YouTube and did interviews. 2 of the sex workers in their interviews on YouTube said that they were victims too. That's it. Let me repeat myself. 2 of the sex workers said that they were victims too. One of them was the guy that you guys were doing all the quoting from, Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard, he told straight up, told all the dialogue, hey man, we should be looked at as victims too. He said, I was victim of Diddy and Cassie. That's exactly what he said. So his statement is on the record if Diddy has a retrial. And that could be used as victims as well. Diddy's problem is that he's trying to say, hey man, this was like basic, corn and stuff like that. But where's your license? Where's your contracts? All those things that you needed in place to do these types of videos. It's not gonna work. So all those people that's lined up outside the courtroom waiting on the hearing tomorrow just to get rejected again. When the judge says, nah, man, you was found guilty, bro. I'm not finna give you another trial. Bring your ass in here on October the 3rd and get your sentence. They just waste their time. They just waste their time. So I believe Diddy will get, like I said before, I believe he'll have to do around 10 to 12 years. And he'll get 3, years supervised after that. With, the 1 year that he served, or however much time he served, he'll chop it off there. And then you won't see from Diddy for another whole decade unless he gets hit with another indictment or something else along the way while he's locked up. And that's why these people right now, and I want to say this one last thing before I leave. It's funny to me how these YouTubers and all these people out here pouring out their heart, pouring out their spirit, pouring out their soul for Sean Diddy Combs. Yesterday should have showed y'all something. All the people that was rocking out with Diddy for years at those parties, all these people, where were they at? See, it's quite ironic to me that all these people wrote letters yesterday, but only the close family showed up to court. The only person on the outside that we know that showed up that was even somewhat famous, 1 day or 2 days, was Kanye West. And he didn't even write a letter. What happened to all the brothers that was in the videos and photos with this dude? We brothers for life. Tapping champagne bottles. Brother facing life. Ain't nobody go up there and stand up for that nigga. And people come on YouTube, want to argue with somebody. Niggas sit down and shut the fuck up. These niggas ain't real, my nigga. None of them. Young Miami capping ass. Sitting up there writing a letter talking about this, talking about that. Why you ain't take your ass up to that goddamn courthouse? They talked all that shit about Gene Deal. Gene Deal ass is up at that goddamn courthouse. He stood on what he said. Think about that. All them people that wrote letters to speak for this dude's character, all this, they ducked the real smoke. They came out when the coast was clear. Case is over with. Major charges avoided. Them niggas came out when the coast was clear. That's why I told y'all, I ain't effing with them celebrities like that unless you know them personally and you know how they get down. They real like that. Because a lot of celebrities tell you these people fake and phony in the industry, man. Where's the letters from Justin Bieber and all these people that been with Diddy all this time? Where's all the letters from all those people? Ask yourself. They was all at the party. But you got niggas on YouTube about to start crying, nigga. That's why I told y'all. This is what I told y'all. That exposes everything and everybody. This man didn't have none of them people even go up to the courthouse. Not one day to support him. Forget getting on the stand. Some people may say, nah, I don't want to get on the stand, man. This man fighting for his life. That's supposed to be your man. Them niggas be the first ones want to be at the parties with the invites. When the shit fly, them niggas ain't nowhere to be found. And then niggas online that go tell the truth about this shit and keep it real with these capping ass niggas, they gonna call these niggas sellouts. Now the real sellouts is all them son of bitches that was with this dude that didn't take their candy asses up there to that courthouse and stand on business when he was going fighting life, nigga. Them niggas came out when the coast was clear. But as I told y'all, 3, 4, 5 years into a sentence, these people ain't even gonna think about Diddy no more. After 2 years, it ain't even, it's gonna be an afterthought. You know how I know? Look at R. Kelly. They don't really talk about him no more. Once you locked up and you in that prison, the outside world starts to forget about you. And they move on to the next thing. That's how life is. There's only a few real ones that's out there that's gone. And in Diddy's case, the people that stood up for him the most was people who wasn't even with him all the time. It's niggas on YouTube. Think about that shit. You got niggas on YouTube ready to crash out for Diddy. But the niggas that was in the photos, the videos, niggas getting them invites, where they was at when this nigga was going through this toughest time, nigga? I'm just saying. Niggas was ducking and hiding. Just food for thought, man. Just food for thought. Y'all do the dishes, man. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe once again. There are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there, you can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.